Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome to Captain of Industry Update 2. We haven't played this game in quite a while, and there have been a lot of big updates. I'm really excited to dive in. I mean, the patch notes are long and extensive since the last time we played. I don't even remember when it was a few years ago. I've reset the tutorials because I've basically forgotten how to play, and we are just going to hop into a new game here. There are some new maps, I believe. I think this one is a celebration of the map editor for Update 2. I don't think I'm going to try this one. I think I'm going to stick with the classic, just because we've never even beaten the game. There's so much that we haven't tried, so we're going to go with the quote-unquote easier one. I think that'll be good for us. And I'm going to go with the middle difficulty, along with some new mechanics. There's... I want to say it's interesting that Captain has realism turned off. I thought that was on by default. Now I'm forgetting how it works. I thought on Captain, realism was still on, but realism plus was off. But I guess that's wrong. I'm definitely going to keep realism on because that's how it used to work. Like vehicles get stuck without fuel, things like that. We're going to keep those off, and ore sorting sounds really interesting to me, so I'm going to turn that on. Essentially, if your trucks are receiving stone and iron from, their mining, then they have to drop it off at an ore sorting facility first. I think that sounds cool. We're going to go with that. We're not going to reduce world mines, and realism plus I'm going to leave off, because that's kind of an extra hard mode, as far as I'm aware. And there's lots of customization options that we're not going to mess with right now because I don't even really know what it feels like to do the normal game. So we're going to call it Crydania 2024. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in. I'm pretty excited about this series. I'm hoping to be able to get to the end of the game. We'll see if we can get that far. It always depends on how my interest level waxes and wanes, but I'm pretty excited to start out. So we're going to skip through some of the early tutorials because it's basically just giving us the basics of the game, like setting up a research lab, disassembling the abandoned buildings, growing food to feed people, manufacture construction parts, all the important stuff. And yeah, we'll see if we get into a death loop and lose the game or if we can successfully win. I don't even know what winning looks like. Is there like a final, let's see, where's the technology menu? Is it R? No. I don't know my hotkeys. I'm used to Factorio. Hitting T doesn't do anything. How do I even get to the research? Total noob here. Maybe you can't until you build a lab. That might be the case. Where's the old lab? Buildings? Research lab. There we go. All right, so we're gonna want to build probably, I don't know, over here. Just build the lab sort of out of the way. And then we're gonna need to deconstruct that, but I think it's already automatically deconstructed. And we're started with some housing along with a food market. I'm gonna have to remember how all these things work. Potatoes are feeding people, I guess. We're gonna need a potato farm. And we're gonna need to get some iron production going, as well as the ship. The big ship. How's that? Oh, what a good name. And that lets us, I don't even remember, we can go do things on the map. What is that? Recipes. Oh yeah, a little recipe book type thing. We get our shipyard, which has parts in it already. It starts out pretty overloaded with cargo just because all of the starting resources. And we need power. So let's start with some power generation. I'm clicking around randomly without actually reading. Maybe I should try reading. Oh, there's research. G. Okay. So at the end of the tech tree is ship weapons, fast breeder reactor, rocket assembly. Okay, so it is rocket launching, a la Factorio. Okay, so we'll get one of these diesel generators going. Let's see. I feel like the sound effects are a little imbalanced here. We're gonna bump up the music a bit. Okay, so diesel should get delivered automatically, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But later we can pipe diesel to it. And then we're gonna need to build a farm. Let's do that first, because people need potatoes. Wow, farms are big. Okay. Let's go over here. Now, is fertility... Isn't that like a view? Layers. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Oh, it just says build farm on fertile ground. Grass. So I assume there's some sort of... It won't let me place it if it's not fertile ground. Not totally clear to me yet. We'll figure that out later, I guess. I'll build it up here for now. Maybe. Okay, those trees are in the way. It won't let me build with trees on the way. Can I hold shift to force build? You cannot. So, I guess we're going to have to get rid of some trees. And maybe for now, we'll just build it where it fits. Fertility needed. Yeah, there is a number for it. Soil fertility. But I didn't see an option for that view. Okay. And then we're going to need iron, which comes from the blast furnace, which turns iron scrap and coal into molten iron. And then the metal caster turns that into iron plates. And we're going to need one blast furnace to 2 of the metal casters. So let's get that set up somewhere. And it's got 2 outputs for the molten, plus you need a smokestack to get rid of the exhaust. Otherwise that builds up and it won't run anymore. Then we'll need 2 metal casters. So let's see. You can flip them, which is nice. I don't remember if that was always a thing or not. So I should just be able to do this, right? Is that gonna work? And then I can run the channel down the middle. I think that'll work. Assuming the molten channel can handle 24 molten iron. And the cool thing about this game is your trucks run around and do it for you. So you don't have to deal with belts or anything starting out. You actually start with kind of what are the equivalent of construction and logistics bots. And then it's later in the game that you start to get belts, which then mean that you don't have to use as many trucks, which is nice. Okay, so our power is now good to go. We should look into researching some things. Vehicles and mining. We're definitely going to need that. Construction parts. Trading dock is less important. Tools. Let's add that to the queue. I wonder if some of that is what we need to be able to build over trees. I guess we'll see. Okay, and the first harvest of potatoes should come in a few months. Let's see, how does this work again? 1 month equals 60, is that seconds? 9.2 potatoes on average per 60 seconds. How much food are the peoples eating? $4.2 per 60? Is that what that's saying? So it looks like we are producing more than enough to feed the people that we have, which is 50? Or is that not the same as population? That's not the same. We have 180 population. Where's that number? Is that up here somewhere? There it is, 90. 90 out of 140. And new people show up, I think, every few months, and then there's a building you can get to allow for more people. It's all very foggy in my memory, how any of this actually works. So we'll see. Okay, well, these are making plates now, which is pretty great. Let me make a couple more. Let's see, is there a way to copy you? Control C. There we go. I think that will kind of allow me to dovetail them a little bit here. Nope, 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 nope. That's bad. Don't do that. What am I doing? Copy that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so construction parts are the main thing we're going to need a lot of early, and you can see we're already down to about 200 of them. And so once the second research is done, we'll be able to get more construction parts. 40, this makes 800 kilowatts, so we're not going to have to worry about power for a little bit. And it does pollute the air, which is a thing. There's all sorts of mechanics to this game that we never really had to deal with before because we just didn't get far enough in the game, but air pollution is one of them. Oh look, we get free stuff for finishing that food production quest. That's nice. Waste collection, I think we need one of those. Because people start producing waste. Yep, it is. Already got 29 trash. We're going to have to start dumping that somewhere. I believe you can even dump it in the ocean if you want to, so we could make Trash Island. Oh, we have a tree harvester. Cool. So let's get trees going. Oh, that's not researched yet. Okay, so we start with the vehicle, but can't. Can we harvest trees? What happens if I designate those? Is it just going to cut them down and not do anything with them? Probably. I think that's the case. Okay, I'm going to... Do you mouse over it to get rid of the dot, or do you have to click on it? I think you have to click on it. Okay, and a coal maker turns trees into coal, which we might need at some point. Because... Actually, we need it already. Just kidding. Let's make that now. Alright, so I'm going to put it pretty close to the iron smelter here for simplicity. And then we'll go ahead and smokestack it. Tree harvester has no truck assigned. Oh yeah, you have to assign trucks to the harvester. And then like they're kind of babysitting the harvester and saying, oh, you got trees? I'll pick that up for you. And then it kind of cuts it into logs. That's cool. What's this? Oh yeah, that's the recipe menu again. Okay. We're learning. We're learning. Thank you for being patient with me. I want to say 3 labs is probably fine for now. How expensive are they again? 30 construction parts. Yeah, I'll stick with 3 for now. We already finished the first research, in fact. Now we have loose storage, which allows you to store kind of crumbly, dumpy things like stone and gravel and potatoes and sand. And then you also get a different type of storage later that allows you to store things like logs and plates and such. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is what we need. We need a vehicle depot. I'm going to build that not too far from the beach here. This rock is bothering me. Maybe more than it should. Can I just build over it? Yeah, it seems like I can. And then we're going to need a mine control tower to start mining wherever the iron is. Which... is trying to remember where the iron is. I feel like the map has changed since I last saw it. So if we turn off everything except iron... No, I remember that. Yeah, iron's over there. Copper is up here. The sand is there. And then, like, limestone's over here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe there's more space over here. I don't really remember. It was so long ago. You can go back and watch the videos somewhere on YouTube, I think. But we're going to need a mine control tower over by the iron ore up here. And then you end up assigning excavators and trucks to it to start getting things mined out. What is this dinging? I think it's me finishing these tasks. That's what's happening. We produced coal. We built a blast furnace. We produced iron. And now we're needing to assign one more truck to the tree harvester for it to be happy with that. We get some diesel, construction parts, and vehicle parts. Cool. And in the vehicle depot, you can build more vehicles. Now, what are these called? The rubber is something we won't get more of for a little bit, so we have to be a little conservative with how many pickups we build. I think one tree harvester is fine for now. I'm going to go with 2 excavators and maybe call that good for now. Maybe 2 more pickups. Now, if you're wondering what this is, there's kind of this resource called Unity in the game that is almost like in mobile games when you have like a premium currency that allows you to speed things up or do things instantly. You don't have to pay real money for it, though. Don't worry. It's just something that you generate automatically over time based on how happy your population is. And it does more than just complete things immediately. But that's one of the main uses for it is you can, if you're trying to hurry up a process, you can speed up a thing. But it does a lot more than that, especially later in the game. So we'll have to keep an eye on our Unity production as we go. What are we doing here? Trading dock, construction parts. Let's work on that. The other thing we didn't mention is workers. You only get so many workers based on your population. And every building that's running, or at least most buildings that run, take a number of workers. So like our farm is using 10 workers. Blast furnace is using 8. This is telling me we have 30 workers available, because these are how they're currently distributed. And you can see your total population, your worker capacity, and the worker demand. Wait a second. Oh, blue is capacity. Green is how many people. So we have 90 people, and then you can see the worker demand. Like, we're using 60 of the 90, so this is the available workers up here at 30. So this assembly is going to use 4 of those 30, and I'll plop down, to start with, I'll plop down 3 of these, because they're kind of slow, if I remember correctly. Is that too many? Do I have enough resources? I think I have enough resources for that. We still have 138 construction parts. Coal is something I should build a loose storage for, so I'm actually going to do that. And we'll put that over here near the little blast furnace. Not sure if I like all of the space that all this stuff is taking. I'm going to start clicking on these. So this explains mining, and I'll just scroll through this slowly, and y'all can pause the video if you want to kind of see different parts of the tutorial. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with mining. I don't even remember all of this, but I don't really have the desire to read through the whole tutorial right now. It does explain kind of like how you can designate ramps, and you can mine down essentially into the earth, or you can mine flat into a mountain. It's really cool how it all works. That's one of my favorite parts about this game, is how you can manipulate the terrain. Vehicles need to be able to access things, which is important. Conveyors and pipes have to be too tall to be able to go under them. Taller vehicles such as excavators cannot go under them at all, so you need a vehicle ramp for your excavators. La-di-da-di-da. Move on to dumping. You need to designate a dumping area. And you can build mountains of trash, which is what we'll start by doing. Here you go. Trucks dump products automatically. If there's a dumpable product that needs to be disposed of, trucks will automatically navigate to the nearest designation to dump it. What can be dumped? All the loose stuff. Or most of it, at least. I guess you can't dump potatoes, you know, but all the stuff that is more industrial. Mine control tower dumping filter. You can only allow waste to be dumped in a specific area by removing it from the global dumping filter and adding it to dumpable products in the mine control tower. So if you want a spot where only trash gets dumped, you can designate that. But we are going to need to designate a dumpage area. So let's figure out how to do that. Planning mode? No. That's where you can kind of make blueprints and not build any of them yet. I am forgetting how to play any of this game, clearly. Oh, it's here. Z, dumping designation. Cool. Okay. So we want to dump trash somewhere. Let's start expanding our island right away by doing, is it F to go flat and then E and Q to go up and down? It looks like the terrain here is naturally at the level of 2. So I will go out like this. And what this should do is essentially establish a nice flat area of trash for us. If I'm not mistaken. Oh look, and you can already see they're picking up the waste that's collected here. And they're dumping it. Yeah, trash pile, let's go. Cool. Now what I don't know is if dumping waste into the ocean creates more pollution than if you dump it in a landfill somewhere. Those are things I'm not going to worry about right now. I'm sure we'll get lots of comments on the video telling me what I am doing wrong. Ships have weapons, which is interesting. Enemies or pirates? I don't remember that at all. Either that's new or I never got to it. So yeah, you can send your ship around on the world map, which is cool. And you can explore areas. You have to fuel up your ship first. There are other cities that you can trade with, and then you can also find like oil rigs where you can bring back oil regularly. There's all sorts of cool stuff. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And I want to say you have to repair the ship first. No, you have to repair the shipyard before you can send the ship to go do things. So that's the thing. Okay, we finished our waste dumping quest, I guess. Cool. And farming, what do they say about here? Crops don't grow for free. They consume water and fertility. Soil water level. Oh, right. I forgot about that. You have to irrigate farms for when you're growing things that use more water. But when it rains, it replenishes the soil water level, which I want to say is something we can look at. Groundwater. No, that's different. I think groundwater is more about pumping water out of like a well. Okay, vehicles and mining unlocked. We already knew that. Construction unlocked. We need that. Tools unlocked. Cut, copy, paste. That's pretty simple. Works the way you would imagine. Cutting, same thing. Pause tool. You can press P and then pause buildings or pause a group of buildings. which is nice to be able to do. You can copy settings. This tool can be, so it's like a little pipette and then a paintbrush. You can press V. And that's useful because there's lots of settings within a building that you might want to be copied, such as like how trucks can deliver. We'll look into all that stuff as we go. So essentially on is different than auto because if you have auto, once you start extracting that resource via a pipe or a belt, the trucks won't come and pick it up, ever. Off means trucks will never come to pick up something, even if it's not going onto a belt. There's priorities that allow you to change, you know, whether something is a higher priority or not. So all sorts of cool stuff. But we need to set the recipe for our assemblies. We want to make construction parts. Oh, we need bricks. I forgot about that. So I'm going to set 2 of these to go and make construction parts. And this loose storage, we're going to assign coal. Now, there's this interesting like keep full versus keep empty bar. That's kind of cool. Keep empty means that it will export anything that goes above this and try to get rid of it. And it'll get rid of it into either, I think, higher priority storages or eventually landfills if, you know, we can't. But if we do it like this, it'll just fill up and then it'll chill, which is what we want right now because we don't want to dump extra coal. And this still has a lot of iron scrap and a lot of bricks, so we're okay on those resources for now. Now, what's going on here? We're waiting for wood and bricks. The reason we're waiting for wood is because we have not designated enough tree chopping. So let's get rid of some of the trees over here just so we can clear out some area for construction. And I might add 1 more truck to you. We have to keep an eye on diesel. The diesel weasel. That, once it runs out, you are screwed. So we don't want to run out of that. Unity is allowing for instant delivery. They're explaining that. Planning mode. Red means deconstructing. Blue is going to be constructed. White is planned for constructing, but paused. Dumping waste. We already looked at that. Cool. Okay, so we need... Why are bricks not getting delivered? We have bricks here, but they're not getting delivered. That does feel a bit odd to me. Probably missing something. That's not paused. There's even bricks here, too. I wonder if they have to be delivered in order, potentially? Oh, that's just saying that recipe's selected. I'm a dummy. Sorry. I thought that checkbox, that little the swish check was saying iron has been delivered. That's the green bar right here telling me that iron has been delivered. Bricks have also been delivered. It's wood that has not. So we should be getting some wood deliveries soon. Is there a little follow button? There is. Nice. Cool. This game's graphics are beautiful. I love the visuals of this game. This game looks really good. Like, you can say what you want about all the different factory games, but as far as I'm aware, there's not another factory game that looks this like photorealistic is maybe the way that I would put it in terms of real life. And if there are other games that look this good, they're definitely not as good at factory games. Unless there's some game I'm completely unaware of that looks really good and is a great factory game. You know, because like Satisfactory has great graphics, but it's a different kind of graphics, I would say. And then obviously Factorio has good graphics as well, but it's very different. So we now need to figure out mining. So we assigned an excavator. We'll assign a couple trucks. What can be dumped here? Okay, so we're going to need to designate a dump. We're going to do a lot of things here. So first we need to designate mining. Designation. And we're just gonna go, let's look at our layers here. Okay, so it kind of starts right here. I think that's saying you have to go deep before you get to the iron in that square. I'm not fully sure what those little gray bars above the red bars mean, but I think that's what that's implying, is the iron starts pretty deep beneath the ground. So we're gonna try to get into the easier iron, which is this direction. And is this a ramp or am I flat? I just want to go flat for now. And we'll just go flat into this hillside. And what's also interesting is as we dig into this corner, let me turn this off, the rocks will like tumble down. And so it won't just make this weird flat wall. And you actually have to build retaining walls, which is super cool. There's all sorts of neat stuff. Okay, so yeah, we got dirt. We got to get rid of dirt. We need to designate dumping. And does it have to be in this square, or can it be like behind this square? I'm not sure. Let me attempt, I don't know, some form of just pile of stuff over here and see what happens. Will they automatically dump it? It does automatically show all of our dumping designations when we select the mine tower. Edit area. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so nice. That you did not used to be able to do. So now I can manage what can be dumped and say waste can't be dumped here. Only dirt, rock, and slag are allowed to be dumped in this pile. So now waste won't get dumped in this pile no matter what, I think is what that's saying. And that excavator is gonna just work on flattening out kind of this terrain, slowly working his way into the iron ore that exists under the dirt there. Sweet. I might assign the other excavator too, because we're gonna need that iron. Oh, this game's so cool. Okay, so we get some free stuff again for making construction parts. Go us. Now, the problem is those construction parts are not going anywhere. They're just backing up in here. So we need to work on some research so we can store those construction parts. How about unit storage? Store up to 180 units of a solid product, and then we'll research maintenance because trucks do break down. And I believe you need to create parts to repair them. Or maintain them, I guess, is the better way to put it. So for now, I'll just have that also make construction parts. And you can see a nice little graph of your resources too over time, if you want to. Look at our little production of construction parts. It's beautiful. Is there a truck readout? Yeah, 13. And then it shows me idle trucks. Now I guess, yeah, so trucks that are, you need some amount of idle trucks because then those will actually do dumping and such. Allow partially loaded trucks. If this is enabled and there are no jobs in the queue, trucks can be assigned delivery jobs that don't use their full cargo capacity. But later on, it's reasonable to disable this to save on fuel costs. That makes sense. Trucks cargo history. Oh, cool. You can see kind of what trucks have been up to. I love it. I love it. Okay, build a trading dock. Let's look at that. Allows trading of various goods on villages with the world map. This is like a in case of emergency and we run out of diesel type thing. So we'll just put that next to our big dock here. Still can't repair that. And now we need some unit storages. And I will build I don't know how many to start, but I'll go with 3. No, we'll do 4. That'll use up a lot of my construction parts. And then we need the maintenance depot, which requires electronics and mechanical parts, neither of which am I producing right now. I'm going to build that next to my... It's my little depot here. Wait, does it need like an open... I'm going to assume it doesn't matter. And it doesn't actually have like a garage or something that vehicles need to pull into. I think I'm also going to make another truck and another excavator, and that will be it for my vehicle parts for now. Until I make more, which require mechanical parts and electronics, which I can do because that's really just iron. Iron here, iron for the mechanical parts, and then copper and rubber. And we start with an okay amount of rubber. But eventually we're going to use up all that rubber, and then we will, until we can make rubber, we'll be stuck on how many vehicle parts we have. Okay, so this explains maintenance. Crucial global resource that's required by vehicles and buildings. Yeah, it's basically just something you have to keep supplied to your factory or city or whatever you want to call it. So like right now we need 33 per 60 seconds. But this can make 105 per 60 seconds. So we're going to be producing more than we need. I think. Yes. Cool. Okay, build another assembly one to produce mechanical parts. Yeah, I think I'll go with... I think 4 is fine for now. I probably won't be able to supply all 4 of them, but... we'll see. Oh, and now we have to designate these guys. So you're going to be construction parts, you're going to be iron plates, you're going to be mechanical parts, you're going to be... vehicle parts? I don't actually know. I'm not sure yet on that third one. Where were you going? Why were you over there? Interesting. I'm not sure why he was all the way over there. Oh, did he need to go get diesel? He probably needed to fuel up. I bet that's what that was. I forgot that was a thing. Trucks have fuel. They can't run out. Okay, this is explaining some stuff about trucks. Trucks can get busy. Shown in the top left here. Alright, we're getting there. You make mechanical parts. Oh yeah, you can make multiple recipes in the same building too, which is kind of interesting. I forget if they run at the same time, if you're supplying both. Actually don't remember. Let's find out on this one. It seems like no, they'll probably just alternate. Oh yeah, right, these are priorities. Okay. Yeah, it only runs one at a time. But then once it can't do this anymore, it'll start on that recipe. Oh yeah, and you can show per recipe or per second. Or per minute, I guess I should say. So I like to have the default of per minute on because that makes it easier to see how many you need of one thing versus another thing, yada yada yada. Alright, click those goodies. Trading dock is built, right? No? Oh, it needs 100 wood. Never mind. Maybe I should have done a second tree harvester. Too late for that now. Until we get an assembly on vehicle parts, which I will do next. Okay, so iron ore mining, we've already done a decent amount of that. Well, 5 of it. That is, but we've got all the steps done. So we can see the excavators here are waiting for trucks. We seem to not have enough trucks. And he's sitting there because... all sorts of issues now. Okay, pickup has no compatible sorting plant. Oh, right. He has mixed cargo. This is the thing that we turned on in the settings. That's now a thing. So we need a sorting plant. And we need to do some sortage. We'll plop that there. Of course, that needs 6 workers. We're out of workers. Which probably means pausing some labs for a minute. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna need... Oh, we need everything. And definitely don't have enough of everything. Oh my gosh, my phone's blowing up. So one thing that I do remember about this game is that you really don't get a lot of iron to start, which is unfortunately a thing. Population and unity. Okay, we already know a little bit about this. Purchase bricks for iron from the village on the world map. Okay, how do I do that? Bricks for iron. Let's see. So where does the iron have to be for me to be able to trade it? Or I just have to exist on my island somewhere. Oh, right. Iron ore is different than iron scrap. I did forget about that. And iron ore creates a little bit more exhaust than iron scrap. And you end up with slag, which then needs to get dumped. Which we did already designate dumpage for that. Collect our rewards. Got some more vehicle parts. That's nice. That means I can make another tree harvester. These quest reward things were not... These were not a thing when I played last. Pickup has no compatible sorting plan. Okay, this is... How do we do this? Select products to sort. All of them? Is there a reason we wouldn't sort everything here? Reject single product loads. Well, of course you should reject a single product load. Shouldn't they just deliver it directly to where it needs to go if there's a single product? Oh. Now this is interesting. Do they automatically get rid of it if it's full of dirt? Because I do have dirt dumping over here. Okay, they do. They do. Cool. And there's the iron ore. getting trucked over. Oh. Whee! All the way over to our blast furnace, which I probably need another blast furnace at this point. Because we are out of iron plates. We're out of wood. We're almost out of coal. Tough times. Let's look at population growth. Oh yeah, beacon is the thing that lets you get more people. But first we'll build a housing. Oh god, it costs 80. Eesh. We're gonna need to get rid of some more trees. Where is my tree guy right now? Over here? Wrong hotkey. H. Okay. I'm guessing eventually you get to plant trees. Still have a decent amount of iron scrap. Bricks is going to be the problem. We need to work towards researching bricks. Brick production. There we go. Dirt, coal, and water. Yeah, we are super out of iron, my friends. Super duper out of iron. Okay, we need another blast furnace, don't we? So what we can do is copy all of this and paste it. I forget how much room trucks need. Is 2 tiles enough for them to drive? I think it is. Between buildings. Parts. Now keep full is interesting. I think you would only do keep full if you were like connected via belts or something and you wanted a little bit of a buffer. For storage, we definitely don't need that. Okay, yeah, we got the new tree harvester, so let's assign a truck. 2 trucks to you. I don't think I can afford more than 2 trucks apiece now. I'm gonna ignore that excavator for now. Maintenance is good. Oh, workers. Yeah, workers are a problem. Okay. Well, that's just dandy. I don't really want to build there. That's kind of in the way, so I need these trees to be out of my way. Didn't plan this very well, did we now? I wish you could, like, prioritize specific trees. Turn those off. Let's work on these for a minute. Negative 12 workers. Okay, we got ourselves in a little pickle here, didn't we? I'm gonna turn off one of these. Yeah, we need 12 workers total for one of these triples. Smokestacks don't use workers. Gosh. What's going on here? No jobs. You have wood, but you're not doing anything with it. Wait, what? Oh, I guess this guy's running full speed, so we need another coal maker. Aha. Which, of course, uses workers that we don't have. Ah, classic. Classic city building and factorio, or factory building. Goodness. I want to say they used to just be able to drop the wood on the ground. Am I making that up? I might be making that up. So I'm gonna have to designate wood storage just so that we can get rid of all the wood, because I don't need all that wood right now. Also, can we just talk about how cool it is that the trucks, as they drive along these routes, it kind of like creates roads, like dirt roads. Oh, we can see the pile of dirt and some stone. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. They're mining iron and stone and rock. Super neat. And then this guy sorts it all. Awesome. Okay, so we are mainly waiting for the trees to get out of our way right now. Right? Yeah, there's two more offenders in the way. And then we shall get more population. Diesel? How are we doing on diesel? 321. I guess our quest rewards have gotten us a little bit back, but we are going to run out eventually. We should be able to trade for it if we really need to. Why is this popping up? So that's a little bit of a bug, I guess. Like when I click on that, it pops up slightly outside the screen. Probably because it's not, yeah, because it's like over close to the edge. It's appearing outside the screen. It's a little weird. But yeah, right now I can sell coal for some diesel if we need to. Did we ever do the trade that they told us to do? I don't think we did. Did we? No, we didn't. Okay. How do I do that? Oh, you have to... Wait. You have to spend the Unity to do the trade, it looks like. Of course, now I'm not looking at enough iron to do that. Come on. Crap. Tree harvester has no trees to harvest. That means we're done with this section. Copy. Click. Do we have the 80 parts, please? Yes, we do. We have 92. Just enough. Oof. Cutting it a little close there. Still don't have 20 iron. Still have a decent amount of iron scrap, 430. It's the same as 430 plates. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Watch the iron do its thing. So cool. Oh, it's gonna dump. Dumping. That's so neat. Super neat. Alright, well, we should have more iron now. Is it enough to buy some bricks? It is. Boom. Okay, so yeah, trading costs a little bit of unity, but it's instant. And then we get even more bricks and some construction parts for our troubles. Now we have more housing. But we need a beacon to get more people, I think. Although... is that true? 92. We have 2 more people than we did before, right? We only had 90 at one point. But we do need the beacon either way. So let's research that. Strong light helps other refugees to find your island. I'm going to pause this one so that we have enough workers to run both blast furnaces. Hey, we're actually almost done with this quest we didn't even know we had. Construction parts, iron are the first 2 things they want us to stockpile, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna clear all that out for now. How are we doing on vehicle parts? 44, so I could make another truck, and I will make another truck. Alright, this is looking pretty good. For a little starter settlement. I don't know if we're a captain yet, but we're a something of industry. Yeah, so as far as this series, I'm pretty excited to continue it. There will be hopefully at least 2 episodes a week that I'll be releasing. Ideally more, but we'll see. 2 is kind of the minimum that I'm shooting for. And as we go, I will hopefully get better at the game, learn more about the game, and I'm sure you guys will leave tons of comments telling me things I didn't know. I do appreciate that. You know, don't backseat too hard, but I do appreciate when it's like, oh, did you know you could click this? Or when you said that, that's actually not quite true because blank. Like, I do find that helpful. So feel free to leave comments below. And if you'd like to support me making more videos, both of the YouTube variety and streaming on Twitch, then please feel free to head over to patreon.com/Krydax. I also host a podcast titled The Factory Must Grow, which you can find over on Spotify or your favorite podcast host. And I upload the streams of that podcast to my second YouTube channel, Krydax Extra, and the link for that is also in the description of this video. Apart from that, I will leave you guys for today, and I will see you in the next episode. Please leave a comment. Thanks for watching.